There are only so many ways you can enter a camera shot, right? We're running out of things to do here. So hi everyone, it's session number 20, and today we're going to talk to you about blended families in a relationship. How you make that whole dynamic, which can be very challenging at times, really work. And like anything else in life, there are principles you can put in place that actually work.
And if you don't get it right, it can really tear a family apart.
Absolutely. So all the time that we've been talking to you, we've been talking mostly about strategies. But one of the things that we know from our Ignite Leadership Seminar is that you have to also be in the right state to be able to implement those strategies. In other words, to get out of the way your own behavioural patterns that stop you. So if you've been listening to us along the way and you're implementing some of these things and they're not working for you, you have to question what in yourself is getting in the way of you being able to implement the strategies that we've been giving you. Because we know all these strategies work. We know in our own life they work, and we know in those families and in those people that have used these strategies, they absolutely work. And this area is no different. There are things in a blended family, when you do them right, you end up with a beautiful family environment.
Yeah.
So the first principle is that we're really talking about
is to be committed. You know, before you introduce a partner to the children, make sure it's a committed relationship where you're not introducing the partner to the kids and as a different partner every 3 or 4 months. So make sure it's a committed relationship where you're both in it, you both want to be together, and you're both in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
So the first step is, look, introduce the kids to a committed partner.
That's right, because that's going to make the kids feel comfortable, and they'll more readily accept the partner when you're really solid about the relationship and they can see the two of you really care and love for each other. Then the kids start to come into a caring and warm environment, particularly if your ex-partner still hasn't found someone, they're on their own, and the kids really would like to be in that committed family environment. It makes a big difference for them. Principle number 2. Kids, like in any relationship, can get in between. Now, when you're bringing together a blended family, even more so.
Yeah, they can especially get in. Especially, you know, if it's your children coming in and there's all sorts of heartstrings being pulled.
Yes.
And it's really important that you teach the child that you two are together, because in you two being together, then the love from both of you can go on to the children. And it's okay if you don't feel that love straight away for your partner's kids. That will grow in time. The more that you two are together, the more you'll open your heart and accept that child. So that does happen with time.
Yes. The kids will quickly figure out how to...
weakest link.
Yes. And if they're your kids, then they'll obviously tend to want to try and favour you and exclude the other partner in the relationship in terms of how they interact, and see whether that's going to work or not. How committed are these guys?
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer. Can I get mummy a little bit manipulated to get some stuff out of her and exclude him out of the relationship?
And this is not consciously, this is a subconscious thing for the kids. They're not consciously saying, I'm going to tear you two apart. But really, you know, kids, they always want their parents back together.
Yes.
And so they'll always come in between a couple more so than their mum and dad. So it's important that you get that. It's not a conscious choice for the child. It's definitely a subconscious choice. But it's important that you know what's happening, because in you two being together, you're making the child feel more safe.
So just watch for those things happening in a relationship, and the solution is not to criticise or to try and discipline the child around that. Yeah. The principle really is to make sure that you are together, because when that's obvious to the kids, then the kids will naturally stop doing that behaviour.
Now, if you've got a child coming in between, it's like, okay, you know, we see that he's trying to get in between us. So what needs to happen? You know, do I need to spend some time by myself with him, or do you need to go and spend some time with him?
Yes.
Or, you know, like, put a plan together, recognise what's happening, and then recognising what's happening, you two will feel a lot better, and then put a plan into place. Okay, let's try this strategy. If that doesn't work, try another one.
Exactly.
But, you know, the first point is recognising it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they will do it.
So point number 3 is if your ex-partner is starting to interfere in the relationship because of various issues between you and the ex, then you may need to make sure that you guys are on the same page.
Yes.
And please, never in front of the kids badmouth your ex. That really is going to make it very difficult for the kids to find their centre and to behave.
Yeah.
They're really going to take it out on you if you start doing that.
And even if the other partner is telling the children stories, which is not true, look, you don't really need to go in to defend yourself. You don't need to go into bad-mouthing the mother or the father and calling them a liar. There's no need. The kids will just know with your own behaviour.
Yes.
And they'll soon pick up who's telling the truth and who's not. So you don't need to go into character assassination with your ex.
No.
It's not necessary. And every time you do, you're destroying a part of your child.
That's right, because the kids are going to be caught between you and your ex. And if they see you guys fighting, it's just setting up a model for them, which you really don't want from them. They're going to look at that and go, okay, so that's how people behave in relationships. Okay, fine, well then I'm going to model that and do that when I'm growing up later on in a relationship. That's not something you want for your kids. So the principle here is, no matter what your ex is doing, never fight in front of the kids. If they try and create a scene or create something in front of the kids, walk away. Walk away from it, deal with it yourself later on in privacy, away from the kids.
When the kids aren't around. The kids don't need the extra stress. They're already adapting to a family splitting up. So it's no circumstances is okay for you to badmouth your partner. There's just it's just inexcusable and it's not okay.
You're really just venting and giving an opportunity for yourself to free your feelings. Do it somewhere else. Get a punching bag. Do what you need to do, but don't do it in front of the kids.
Go for a coffee with a friend.
Exactly. Point number 4, guilt. Now this is a big one, particularly for the guys, but for the girls too. But we see a lot of guys, get into guilt. The relationship's split up. They're not seeing the kids as much as they used to, and they really start to feel guilty about that lack of contact with the kids. So when the kids are there with their partner, the natural tendency, of course, is to spoil them with things, but also to spoil them with time. Instead of having a normal family relationship where time is equally divided, you're trying to make up.
Overcompensate.
Yes. And that principle, the behaviour that will generate for you is the kids will drive a truck between the two of you. They're very good at it, they'll recognise it straight away, and they'll know exactly what to do.
And remember, the best gift you can give the kids is show them what a healthy relationship's like. And when you stop putting the kids in between you, it's amazing, the love flows better, and you've got two people wanting to give the kids attention, not just one person.
Exactly. So when you see that guilt coming up in the relationship, the principle to get yourself out of that is to realise it's happening, and generally it will be the partner who's not in the guilt that very easily recognises it, and you need to have one of those honest and open communication sessions. We need to talk. And get it out of the way. You'll also recognise at times that the kids start to take on a bit of guilt themselves. And you need to watch for that, because when a divorce happens, or any event in life in fact, the kids tend to go, whose fault is it? And they find it very hard to place the guilt anywhere else besides themselves. So one member of the family somewhere will generally go, my parents broke up because of me.
And you can reassure them that, Mommy and Daddy love you. That's the one thing we've got in common.
Yes.
It's between us. So you can just, constantly just reassure them is the best thing you can do for them.
Absolutely. Because kids love an environment where there's plenty of love, plenty of attention. Whether that's with mum and dad or that's in your new family.
And when you get it right with blended families, it's fantastic. It really is. It can be really beautiful, and you can really love your partner's kids. You can get to a stage where you just love being with them, and that can happen.
Absolutely.
But that can only happen when the kids aren't getting in between you.
Now, like we said earlier, principle number 5, kids love boundaries. And a great boundary to set up, both in blended families and in non-blended families, is rituals.
And especially when the kids are coming into a new environment. maybe meeting a new partner for the first time. Rituals are just fantastic. So the new family unit may start different rituals that the kids haven't experienced before. And that could be going for a walk Sunday mornings, or going for breakfast on Sunday mornings, or it could be a DVD night with popcorn every Friday night. But you want to create some sort of ritual, or it could be a ritual at Christmas, because remember, it's a new environment for them. So we make it fun and make a new ritual. The kids will look forward to it. And what kids remember when they're adults, they look back and they remember the rituals.
Absolutely. And it can be something as simple as, you know, if the kids are over for the weekend, then maybe on Saturday morning, they all come into the bedroom, you all get on the bedroom floor and, you know, you play a board game or something like that. And that happens every time they come over, if the kids are younger. And they'll love that sort of thing. And it really helps them feel like they're in a family environment and part of a family, which is so important to them.
And if your kids are going away, so, you know, they're going away for the weekend or they're going away for the week, it's important that you really see that you use that time wisely for yourself. And also what both partners have to let go of what they're doing in each other's homes.
Yes.
There's some things you're not going to be happy with for doing. Maybe, you know, they're not eating as well as you would like them to, but really it's something you're going to have to let go of and focus on what you do and do what you do well.
Yes. You can talk to your ex about those sorts of things away from the kids, have a private conversation with them about them.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's not your house. You can't control them anymore, and you really have to get to a place of, okay, the kids come home, they haven't been washed, they're wearing the same clothes, they ate McDonald's for breakfast. Hey, you can't control that. You can talk to your ex about it, but that's as far as you can go.
Yes.
You have to get to peace with it.
Yes.
So take those 5 principles we've given you and use them wisely, and you'll end up with a fantastic blended family.
And, you know, there's a saying that, you know, if the ex is giving you a lot of hassles, it's a good time for that to make you grow and work together. Yes. And one day you might thank her or thank him.
Because that'll actually drive you guys together. Okay, thanks very much for being with us, and we'll see you very soon in the next session. Thank you. Bye for now.